Well, Matt, let's talk about your upcoming new album with Soulfly, Chama, which is going to be released on October 24 by Nuclear Blast Records. Can you tell me what was the main idea behind the concept of Chama and the inspiration that led to this album?
Yeah, first of all, when you say the record, you gotta say Shama, Shama.
Mm.
Anyway, no, it's a great. I think it's a very inspiring record to me. I feel that Soulfly is rebirth on this album. Like inspired by the old stuff, inspired by the new stuff, combination of all that. So the album is full of tribal grooves and very heavy, beat down sections, but also fast stuff, noisy stuff, raw.
Yeah.
Record still heavy as hell, man. It's heavy, one of the heaviest records I made. Also good surprises with some guests and stuff like that. Really cool. The whole thing, the whole setup of the album really surprised me, and I feel something special about this record. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something like extra special about this album.
Yeah, I think that that special sauce is that this album as a band, you seem to be very inspired, and as you mentioned, you have some special guests like Michael Amott, Dino Casares, Todd Jones, Ben Cook, and Gabe Franco. So, in some way, returning to the roots, and it's a tribal album, a multicultural album, and you seem very inspired in this record. Do you agree?
I do, and I think it's kind of like a long time since the last record, Totem, which I also really like very much. But I think Shama is more close to what Soulfly is about.
Yeah.
Um, the tribal grooves, the indigenous element, and the raw, unapologetic lyrics, calling for some. There's also a beautiful story inside about Shama. It was written by my son Igor.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool, very inspiring story. And I couldn't be happier with the guests. Have Todd in Nihilist, and Gabe and Ben and Dino in No Pain Equals No Power. Michael in Gehenna. It feels like an old school Soulfly record, but also with new elements. I think Science production is incredible because he brought all new elements into the production. Noise stuff on top of the guitars, really crazy sounding things. And I think overall, it's a record that I think you can listen to also all the way through. It's also not very long, it's 30 some minutes,
Yeah.
which I also like about that. It's kind of like to the point, we didn't mess around. Everything needed to be said on those 30 minutes. And I love the fact that it's not just one sounding thing, it's many different things. It goes fast, tribal, groovy, noisy. It's got everything that I think this is one of the most complete Soulfly records. That it's really Soulfly.
Yeah. Agree with that. It's like uniting the past and the future and the new Soulfly. And in one of the songs in Storm the Gates, you use some old riffs from Primitive One. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, just kind of like I have so many riffs I never use, thousands of hours. Sometimes it's kind of cool to go back and listen to some of them, and that was the case for Storm the Gates. I showed them to Zion. I say, Zion, check this riff out. I have this from the early days. This maybe could have been on the first record. And in a weird way, Storm the Gates could have been on the first record. It would have not feel out of place. It would have fit in perfectly on a first Soulfly record. So it was really cool to create a song in 2025 that sounds so back to 98 like that. It's
Yeah.
incredible. That was the first also the first taste of the fans for this album. So I think it made everybody very excited. I think some people actually thought the whole record was gonna be like this, which is not the case. There's so many other things on the album as well. But for this one, it was cool to rehash an old riff and put some percussion on top of it, put some noise, and then some really cool lyrics about your own power, take your power back, and stand up for what you believe.
Okay, got it, got it. As you mentioned, one of the singles is a nihilist, is a particular homage to Lars Goran Petrov from Entombed. Were you friends? Did you meet him?
Yeah, many times,
Uh-huh.
especially festival. We never toured together, but we met in many festivals and always hang out, always great, always fun. We talk football a lot, big fan of football. Of course, he likes Sweden and Brazil and Sweden. We had our battles in the past. And, it was a song where the riffs were very inspired by a lot of Entomb stuff, especially a combination of Left Hand Pat and Wolverine Blues. I think those two are like the combination that I feel exists in Nihilist. And of course, Nihilist being LG's first band before Entombed. I think it was cool. It's a tribute song, to a guy that I think in the metal world doesn't get enough credit for what he did, because I think he was an amazing vocalist
Yeah.
and really cool lyrics. And to me, he's a big influence. I'm a big fan of LG's vocals through the years. So it was, to me, special to make something nice, something cool, something that he'll be proud of it. And I hope he's proud of the song Nihilist.
Hope so, that too. Okay, Matt, next month you will kick off your Favela Dystopia 2025 tour with Soulfly and your other band, Go Ahead and Die. So you'll perform with both bands across 17 confirmed dates so far. So you have 56 years old. How do you maintain such an energetic pace? How do you stay fit in order to play both shows with both bands?
In a weird way, I kind of welcome the challenge. I think I've done it a couple times in different shows, but never in a full tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, in a weird way, I actually live in one of my best times right now as far as health wise. I lost a lot of weight, and I feel really good on stage. I have a lot of energy. So I think like it's gonna be fun. It's a short tour. It's not a real long tour. In the middle of it, we have to go to Brazil to play with Massive Attack with Cavalera, which also gonna be also amazing. Um, yeah, but I'm looking forward. I love Go Ahead and Die, man. I think it's that grindcore punk shit. It's like don't give a Go Ahead and Die give zero fucks about what people think. And then I get Soulfly to do all the classics, the deep cuts, and super super excited to play Chama. So it's gonna be great. Hopefully we
Okay.
can bring that to South America, Europe next year.
Nice, nice. Matt, well, as you mentioned, your son Igor also contributed to the lyrics for Chama and Favela Dystopia, a tribute to the harsh realities in Brazilian favelas. I know that this song was inspired by the film City of God, wasn't it?
City of God and the City of Man, many other movies like Brazilian movies like Carandiru, but mostly City of Man. I like City of Man even more than City of God.
Hmm.
Uh, City of God was more popular. It was like the movie that break out. But if you watch City of Man, I think it's to me it feels more like the real favelas. I wanted to make a song that my connection with the favela is very interesting. I was there many times when I was a young guy. First Sepultura show in Rio, I went to the favelas to buy drugs, and we had some friends that were from there. And years later, we heard about the big drug lords that were big Sepultura fans. They'll blast a rise in the mountains, in the favelas, in the middle of the night. And I fucking love the stories, and I know a lot of fans. I met many fans from the favelas. Favelas, it's a magical place, because it's full of poverty, full of suffering, but also many great things come out of favelas. Great fighters like Charles do Bronx and Alex Pereira, football players like Ronaldinho. They all
Yeah.
They all came out of the favelas, you know. So I want to make a song, tribute song, that explain a little bit how it is to be born in such place and the kind of inspiration that you can actually create by being born in such place. You know, it's not all negative. I didn't want to create only a negative
Oh,
uh, song. I wanted to also create a positive song that the favelas is actually, it's a powerful place, and
yeah,
people, you know, there are favelas all over Brazil. That's all, not only in Rio. That's São Paulo, in Belo, in Salvador. But it's very very powerful, magical place, and I wanted to do a song related to this topic. You know.
yeah. In some way, it's just like a song for hope, like saying, okay, you can change your life, and okay, not everybody there is a drug dealer.
Exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. Even the drug dealers, you know, a lot of them do a lot of good
Hmm.
stuff, you know, for the community,
Hmm.
more than the politicians, you know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
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 politicians are corrupt assholes,
yeah,
and these guys, they provide for the community, you know. And it's like, so I wanted to show, you know, the hopeful side of the favela, but the lyrics are very harsh, you know. I think
yeah.
like, you know, like especially the line, "Our lives don't mean shit to those telling lies,"
Mhm.
and that's, I think that applies for everything. That's not just favelas. I think that's everywhere. That's, I mean,
Everywhere.
you know, right now, our life doesn't mean anything for those people telling lies. You know, like they don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about you,
Anybody.
anybody, man. So yeah, I mean, like, but I love the favela. I got to do the video of Refuse and Resist was filmed in the favelas. One of my favorite photo shoots is the Sepultura photo shoot in the favela. It's a magical place for sure. It's a great place.
Okay. Okay. Well, as you said, you're a fan of sports, and you're a fan of combining sports and metal. So I want to ask you, which Brazilian football player you know that was or is the most metalhead?
Ooh, post metal of Brazil, the Palmeiras goalkeeper, Marcos.
Ah, okay, Marcos. Okay.
So Marcos won the World Cup 2002, last World Cup that Brazil won.
Yeah.
He was the goalkeeper, and he gave the shirt that he wore to me, my brother. My brother gave it to me. I passed it to my son Zion, and he was such a big Sepultura fan, man. It was incredible. He loved Chaos AD,
Great.
loved Chaos AD. Listened to Chaos AD before the games, and now of course there's many UFC fighters that are fans. You know, Nicolas Mota, Alex Pereira. You know, it's cool. It's cool to see the sports world and the metal world combining together. You know, because here in America, most of the NFL guys are hip hop, man. I'm
Yeah.
looking I'm looking for an NFL guy that likes metal. I hope I can find
Okay, all right. Well, you say that you don't like politicians. One of my questions was regarding that you live in Arizona, but you know that Luis Inácio Lula da Silva is the current Brazilian president. So, any opinion regarding him?
So I dated his daughter, you know, when I was a young guy.
Hmm.
I had a little flirt with his daughter, and I remember she telling me my father is a hardcore politician, you know, works for the party of the workers, you know, PT,
Yeah,
Partido dos Trabalhadores.
yeah,
And I remember years later, I saw this guy again, and he's the president, you know, and then he goes to jail, and now he's president again. But yeah, Brazil is yeah, I don't know, it's hard. I like that finally Bolsonaro is out of there. You know, that guy was a piece of shit.
he's in
Uh,
prison now. Yeah,
yeah, in prison, good.
yeah.
Stayed there for a long time. Because, you know, this guy wanted to kill all the Indians. He wanted to imprison everybody, like this military fucking mind fuckheads, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, very Trump like, you know. So it's like I'm glad he's in jail. I think Lula is okay. Lula is good. At least Lula he grew up with the people. He knows the people. He's from the north. He's he was a poor guy when he grew up, so I think he understands the people a little better. We had one good president. He was murdered in his first day of office. So it's like Brazil politics are tough. Corruption, of course, same as Argentina and
Yeah,
most of South America.
yeah,
Corruption.
everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but I think Lula is okay. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna do all right.
Okay, Matt, three more questions. When you started out, bands used to sell records, and nowadays it's probably the most difficult time in order to get music as a living. And nowadays, for example, Spotify pays you between 0.003 cents and 0.0003 cents per play. So what are your thoughts on this? What message can you leave for aspiring musicians?
Tough, man. It's tough. Like the record sales nowadays compared to what was 25 years ago. Like when Soulfly came out, Soulfly was gold record in America. Roots, Primitive, gold records sold many, many thousands of copies. That doesn't happen now. You have to do all the things now. You have to use social media. You have to go on tour. You have to sell shirts. You have to be creative. It's tough. I think for a young band starting up right now, very difficult, much harder. Yeah, but it is what it is. Like they created this monster and they don't know how to they don't know how to fix it.
Hmm.
And it sucks that the musicians are end up paying the price for it. I'm glad that at least we're still making albums and there's fans that love vinyl. They love the physical copy. And there's still a passion for this music, and I love that, and that's why I will continue making records because I believe in the album. I believe in the power of a record. I believe in the power of an album. It's a magical thing. It's a cool thing. It's an amazing thing. I listen to my old records. I listen to new records. I'm always inspired by albums. I think that's amazing.
Okay. Great. You mentioned your beginnings in Belo Horizonte with your brother Igor. Your beginnings were very humble, but with a lot of drive and determination. How do you remember that era?
Yeah, man, really kind of like combination of being pissed off, poor, but happy at the same time because we were with our friends and it was us against the world. When you have that feeling, it's really cool, man. When you have like 20 people that are like you, the rest of the city hates you. It's a strange thing. Like you become kind of like outlaw outside society, but you also know that you are part of something special. You're the tribe that you have with your brothers, and the connection is special. And everything you do is do or die. It's great. And you have too many sacrifices. Many sacrifices. I made 1,000 sacrifices to be where I am right now. To be talking to you here, and I don't regret any of them. I think it's all great, and I think like that's kind of like when young bands ask me, "What do I need to do to be like you?" And I say, "Well, you have to want to do some stuff that other people would not want to do, and sacrifices. You know, um, this life is not for everybody, but if you really love it, it's an amazing life. I would not trade it with anybody. I love this life. I love what I chose for a career. I love that I get to bring inspiration to fans around the world, and because of that is why I want to keep doing forever. But yeah, it was a very special time. I have fond memories of the early '80s beginnings in Belo Horizonte. It was a very cool time.
Okay, Matt. Well, to conclude, I would like you to leave a message for your fans around the world. What can people expect from this new Chama album?
Well, everybody out there, listen, Max Cavalera here. Listen to Chama loud. Bug your neighbors. Yes, this album is meant to play loud, driving also. Go drive fast, go fast. Put it in your car and drive fast and get a speeding ticket. Then you know you're a real metalhead.